International Internet Day on October 29th celebrates what many consider the most important invention in human history, the Internet. It's hard to fathom a world without the Internet. The Internet provides instant access to information. Search engines make this information easy to attain. In 1969, Charlie Klein, a student programmer at UCLA, transmitted a message on the 29th of October 1969 from the computer housed at UCLA to a computer positioned at the Stanford Research Institute, 350 miles distant. That's the transmission that is celebrated every October 29th. Unfortunately, it's not true. The date is wrong, the distance is wrong, and the two computers hooking up were not the first. The real story is a fabulous look at engineers and their need to democratize and share knowledge well before the Internet came into being. Here's how two engineers, Larry Roberts and Tom Marill, sent digital packets over 3,000 miles to each other in 1966. The fabulous part is why they did it. My newest book, The Untold Story of Everything Digital, has one of its central characters, the Whirlwind computer, all 2,500 square feet of her. Whirlwind was the first real-time digital computer, built by Jay Forrester and his band of brash, upstart engineers. They shocked the world with that first-ever digital computer. They instantly went from being brash upstarts to global experts of the highest regard when that machine kicked on. Whirlwind was not only the first-ever real-time digital computer, but she was also the first mother of other computers. Give a listen to this. It's a 1961 CBS TV series called Tomorrow. It was hosted by David Wayne. Years later, David Wayne would become better known on the Batman TV show as the Penguin. This particular episode of the CBS TV show was about Mother Whirlwind and her children, the TX2 and the Q32.
Tomorrow, a preview of the future as it begins to take shape in the laboratories of the world.
Good evening. I'm David Wayne, and as all of you are, I'm concerned with the world in which we're going to live tomorrow. A world in which a new machine, the digital computer, may be of even greater importance than the atomic bomb. Can machines really think? Even the scientists argue that one.
I don't believe that we can say yet that machines do think. I have a basic question which I always ask, and that is, are these producing anything really new? Until I see a machine producing genuinely new things, I will not agree that machines think.
I confidently expect that within a matter of 10 or 15 years, something will emerge from the laboratories which is not too far from the robot of science fiction fame.
Mother Whirlwind produced an abundance of offspring. Fecund is, I guess, what you'd call her. Mother Whirlwind had 30 clones of herself made on an IBM assembly line for use across the U.S. and Canada for the first ever air defense system. Whirlwind's clones, renamed for the military, were called ANS FQ-7. When MIT moved its military projects out of Cambridge to a new facility in Lexington, Mass. Called Lincoln Laboratory, Mother Whirlwind couldn't tag along with the brash upstart engineers who built her when they set up shop at Lincoln Laboratory. So a clone of her was made in the basement of Lincoln Laboratory, an all-transistorized version called the TXO, or TIXO, which was soon given to MIT's Research Laboratory of Electronics, while another all-transistorized Whirlwind clone was built called the TX2. Jay Forrester and his engineering crew, who had built Whirlwind and TIXO, as well as showed IBM how to clone Whirlwind on an assembly line, set about building the TX2. Clear across the country in Santa Monica, the System Development Corporation built a transistorized version of a Q7, which was renamed Q32. The TX2 solid-state computer at Lincoln Laboratory with Larry Roberts at the helm, and the AN FSQ-32 solid-state computer at System Development Corporation with Tom Marill at the helm in Santa Monica. Larry Roberts at the TX2 was worried. His fear was that the local networking nodes that were being planned would only serve researchers and the elite. He wanted the common man and the common woman to share in all the knowledge that would someday cascade over the network. He believed in what J.C.R. Licklider called the intergalactic network concept, where everyone on the globe is interconnected and can access programs and data at any site from anywhere. Over dial-up telephone lines, Larry Roberts showed the feasibility of wide-area networking. The test was to send a single word, login, L-O-G-I-N, to Tom Marill in Santa Monica. The first two letters, the L and the O, went fine. Then the system crashed. Miraculously, an hour later, the system came back up and finished sending the GIN. That transmission took place February 6, 1966, 3 years earlier than the 1969 date celebrated every October. Thank you, Larry and Tom. You're the real deal.